Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I vaguely remember saying this a week and a half ago, thinking I was finally putting out my first video, and then I was thrown into a literal tsunami of homework. It was insane. The day I filmed that recording on, I had no time to edit it the rest of the day. I'm going to try and get it out for you. It was a Captain Marvel photo reaction. But today, more importantly, I am here to make a review for BlacKkKlansman. The first half of it, you know what? There's going to be no spoilers. There's going to be no spoilers in this review, but if you want spoilers, then if you've seen the movie, I'm sorry, I'm so rusty. Thank you all for respecting my hiatus. I needed it. It was good, but I've been desperately waiting to get back at this. So without further ado, I'm going to review BlacKkKlansman. Okay, guys. Wow. So, if you saw my update video, I had not gone to the movies since mid-August. I have been experiencing some loss in my family. As I said, I'm not going to go into that, but I needed to kind of take a step back, stop reviewing movies, just like move back into college, get back in the groove of things. But now I just feel so refreshed, and man, did I miss it. I got a notebook, but this is strictly a YouTube notebook. I am ready to finally organize all of my thoughts and ideas for videos in one place rather than on my phone and all my other. I have a notebook for everything, by the way. Let's get to the movie, because I have not been so excited to talk about something for a hot minute, and I'm very excited to talk about this one, guys. So, I don't know if many of the people watching this have seen BlacKkKlansman yet or not. I hope that if you are watching this, you have, but if not, I understand why you would want to watch a review first. I had no idea what to expect going into this movie. I knew that it was well reviewed by critics, and I knew that a lot of people who had seen it already were saying like, oh my god, you have to see this movie. But generally it has been pretty quiet. I mean, I really have had my nose in the textbooks lately, but it's wow. I don't even know where to start, but let me open my handy dandy notebook. Okay, well, literally the first thing I wrote was wow. I'm speechless. That ending, wow. So essentially, for those of you who don't know what this movie is about, it's about a black man who lives in Colorado, and he joins the police department. He wants to work his way up in the ranks. He wants to do more. He wants to be great. So he suggests that he becomes an undercover cop, a detective, that sort of thing. And very spontaneously, he calls the Ku Klux Klan and is like, I want to know more. And so him and Adam Driver kind of team up, Adam Driver being Ron, which is him, but obviously as an African-American man, he can't just walk in there. And it's so interesting to see the dynamic of, I mean, I didn't know that much about the Ku Klux Klan. Before I watched this, I knew what I read in history books, and I knew what was in the media. Seeing it in detail like this was terrifying, but very interesting. And before I go any deeper, let me just full disclosure right now, I don't know what any of your politics are, and you don't need to know what any of my politics are. I'm just going to try and stay as neutral as possible while making this review, but if you've seen my reviews and you've heard my opinions, you probably know what I believe in. And yeah, so without further ado, we're just going to talk about this movie like awesome movie-loving people. And yeah, the Ku Klux Klan it's heavy seeing how much hate is in them. And it wasn't just, and not even just the organization, the Klan, even on the African-American side, where Laura Harrier, from many of you may know her from Spider-Man Homecoming, she was kind of representing this power to black people movement, this this rising up, this not wanting to be silenced anymore. And really it was hard, like, the movie did a good job of showing two very different sides of it. The KKK is obviously an extreme side of white nationalism and supremacy. And what was represented with the student organization, I think it was the Black Student Union is what they called it in the movie. They weren't as radical, like, violent-wise, but they did discuss topics like that, and they said, why do we have to be quiet? Why do we have to turn the other cheek all the time? And there was talk about resorting to violence. They were both sides, to a degree, in different degrees and in different ways, were very, very blinded. And it was interesting to see how the police department, not everyone in the police department, just the particular team of people that were working on this case, how they were really the only gray zone in the whole movie. And it was very refreshing that the movie didn't just attack white people or just attack black people. It attacked the idea that one and the other cannot be at peace with each other. They can't live in harmony together. They can't be one, you know? And it was a very interesting take. I mean, movies obviously make statements, and I know Jordan Peele worked on this with Spike Lee. Jordan Peele did Get Out. Get Out was not so much that white people and black people can get along. It was more like, I'm not phrasing this well. There's no good way for me to discuss this topic because I am a white woman. I can't act like I know what people go through in either situation, whether they be a person of color or whether they be raised believing that people of color are not equal. I was raised to grow up and have my own beliefs, and it's just interesting seeing a movie full of people that have such starkly different beliefs going head to head. And it was just insane. And not even, and on off the topic of the commentary of this movie, because I had to obviously address that first. Wow. Okay, I don't even know where to. It compared family in many definitions of the word, love in many definitions of the word, fear, anger. It's important for us to remember, no matter what our beliefs are, no matter what we're afraid of or who's afraid of us, that we are all human beings and we all experience those emotions. And everyone comes from their own place when feeling those emotions. So, that being said, I thought it was all covered very well, very deeply. I said in my tweet, follow me at Emily Grace Carm. It made me cheer, it made me laugh, it made me cry, and it made me feel horrified. That pretty much sums it up. John David Washington, amazing. Like, officially in love with this man. In love. I want to see more work. I hope he gets more work coming off of this movie. I don't know how it will do in awards season. I haven't been keeping my eye on that as well as I should have been, but I'm sure that this has gotten attention and it will continue to get attention. And just for the cinematography, like, not the cinematography exactly, the editing though, and the camera movement in this movie was incredible. There was just one shot and it went horizontally this way and then horizontally this way, and then during many parts it would be like two people are frozen and it's like they're coming forward, but it looks like someone's just moving a cardboard cutout of them forward. It was just very creative, and I loved especially in the beginning when, I forget his name, Carmichael, he was giving this speech with the Black Students Union, and how they were showing all of the students in there looking up, like eyes up and everything, black background, and it was just faces looking up, looking up, looking up, and it was very symbolic and poetic, and I actually was like, wow, that's powerful. So that was one of those things that caught my attention and stayed with me leaving the theater, as well as that shot that went side to side. It was in a lot of forward and backwards. It was just very, and the score too, it was so mesmerizing at times. Just the way it was filmed, it like kept me on my toes. That was interesting. But the camera really played with your emotions and how you saw scenes, and I thought that was very interesting and very well done. So props to Spike Lee. But I loved John David Washington. I want to see him in more. I'm totally not staying on track, even though I have a notebook. I want to see him in more stuff after this. He was amazing. He was funny. He was sympathetic. And I thought he was the perfect person to cast in this role. Like, honestly, from the second he got on screen, I was like, wow. I'm excited. So I hope he gets more work off of this, and we'll see. But now on to his partner, Adam Driver. Wow. Okay. I love Adam Driver. He's one of my favorite parts about the new Star Wars trilogy. Kylo Ren, I think his story is amazing, but Adam Driver in particular is such an interesting person to me. He's not very charismatic. You watch interviews with him and he's kind of just like straight-faced, but he has so much military experience. He's seen things that many actors have not seen. He's been there. He's lived it. And he is very much a human, you know, and you can tell. Like, he's not putting on a show for anyone. He's just himself. And it's so authentic and so rich that every time he's on screen, I'm like, yeah, I really like, yeah. The only time I've been like, I could do without Adam Driver in this moment is that one shot from Star Wars The Last Jedi with the high-waisted leather pants. Why? Anyway, I think he did really good. I liked how they explored the fact that his religion, his Jewish religion, was also being targeted by the KKK, and how he was also kind of a victim while he was pretending to be not Jewish and racist towards colored people and wanting to be violent with everyone that didn't believe what he believed. It was very interesting to watch him bounce back and forth between his character's personal life and who he was pretending to be when he was pretending to be Ron. And then just also knowing who Adam Driver is in real life. It makes all of his characters more dimensional to me, which I really like. I actually very much appreciate it. So, yes. And now the ending, as I said in my tweet, the ending. Actually, I didn't say it in my tweet. I said it right here in my notebook. Okay. My notebook. The ending went from, wow, don't think I'm going to be satisfied, to, wow, I'm very satisfied, to, wow, I'm not satisfied, to, wow, I'm satisfied, to, oh my God, I am not satisfied. And you'll know when you watch the movie. And it will impact everyone in different ways, because everyone has different beliefs and they feel differently about different things. There's a very heavy ending to this movie. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Personally, it made me cry. But I just think that you should be aware going in that it doesn't just address history. It addresses the present. It's hard for me to be impartial when talking about this stuff. I'm not impartial. I take pride in the fact that I'm very good at seeing both sides of every situation. But overall, I really liked this movie. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was powerful. It made me really upset, but really happy that it was made, and I'm really glad I watched it. Okay, so I ran out of storage, so yeah, this is going to be it for me today. Thank you all for supporting me again. Hi, so I've run out of storage like 7 times and I've had to delete a lot of things to finish this, but thank you all for watching. Thank you for supporting me. You can find me at Emily Grace Carm on Instagram and on Twitter if you want to help me pay for movies. To see them, to review them for you guys, then you can donate to my Ko-fi page. The link will be in the description box down below. I'm very rusty. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I love you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy this movie if you go see it. Love you. Bye.